My dad and his twin brother Mark were born in 1964 to Marilee and Larry Arnoldson in Lompoc, California. Here's some interviews from his siblings.
All right. Some quick memories of my big brother Alan. First, when I was a little boy, but I was finally old enough and brave enough to move down into the great big bedroom downstairs. And I could finally bear to be 2 floors away from my parents. I moved down there, and the only ones left were Alan and Stefan. And I noticed a contrast when I moved in there. Their little corners of the room were a little different. Alan had a nice waterbed with nice maroon silk sheets and a nice bedspread. And on the headboard, I remember a nice shaving kit that was like made of brass. And everything was so nice and perfectly made every day. And then over in the corner was a small twin-size bed that Stefan slept on, and it was never made, and I'm not sure how often the sheets would have been changed or washed or anything like that. But it was then that I noticed there was a difference between my brother Alan and probably the rest of us. Another thing was the care that he took over Grandma Allen's yard, Grandma Cleo's yard, and Grandma Allen's, I guess. He probably went over there and took care of her place as well, if I remember correctly. And I remember there was like an award that was given out by a committee or something like that, for how nice it was. And there was a few yards around town that got that award, and that was one of them. And then the last was, I remember occasionally going to the Sierra Theater to watch movies with Alan, and we'd go over in his nice Cadillac. And I remember we'd get there, just a minute or two before showtime, and there was a parking spot that wasn't really a parking spot, but it was a parking spot, and it was the best spot in the whole lot. And he would just slide right in there, and we'd bebop into the theater and watch our movie. And I don't know, it was just funny because he just had the little trick of parking in the best parking spot. Happy birthday.
Alan, happy birthday. Most of my memories are with you. We did lots of things together. I don't know why. Mr. G's early morning inventories, I remember a lot. Also, mowing lawns, Grandma's and Winnie's, and where I would hold your thumb and twirl me around and around and around. Nebo Loop, Alpine Loop in your Cadillacs with the sunroofs was always awesome. And driving around in your 57. Those are some fun memories. And for some reason, most of the pictures when I was little are with you. So anyway, happy birthday.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
That was terrible. So my memory is living in the basement of the old house, and in the summers particularly, but sometimes in the winter, Mom would make chore lists. We had to do our chores on Saturday morning before we could go do anything else. But she rotated Alan through every single one of the chores so it could get done well every 6 weeks.
Oh, that's awesome. That's an awesome memory.
So I already sent you the Marco Polo of Tana doing the microwave and some drawers today. But Dad always talked about how wonderful you were to take charge of this cabin and keep it as wonderful as it is.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you. Mom, what's your memory?
Oh, my memory.
Or
Should we
whatever.
skip you?
Yeah, skip
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Keep thinking.
Was it supposed to be a memory?
No.
No.
Oh, whatever you
Okay,
want to say.
because I have lots of great memories, but basically when I think of Alan, I think of the keto god who keeps
agree.
me on track, because whenever I start thinking of getting a little willy-nilly, I just think, nope, Alan can do it, so can I. So thank you for the inspiration.
Yes. I agree with all of those assessments,
Yes.
although I didn't know about that memory.
Nope.
But my memory, I mean, I have tons of memories of Alan, but I think the one I think of often is the fact that you hired me at Mr. G's as a peon. My first real job, and I was so excited to work there, and you were such a great boss, and you taught me how to clean a bathroom very well, and I've never forgotten that. So, thank you. Mom, did you think of something?
I can't think of anything.
Turn it off.
It doesn't have to be a memory.
Everything Alan does, he does to perfection. When I was in college, he got hooked up somehow with parades and doing cleanup after the horse portion of parades, which means you clean up the horse poop. So other people would dress up like a clown or just like nothing fancy at all. But he and his friend Jeff dressed up like Mario and Luigi, and it was to perfection. They looked exactly the part, and then they went through the parade and cleaned up perfectly and acted their parts perfectly and did it for many years in a row. And that to me is Alan. It doesn't matter what he does, whether it's working on the cabin or working at his home or working at his job, he does everything he does with fun and but does it perfectly.
Happy birthday to my twin brother Alan. I wanted to take this opportunity to let you know how much I appreciate you and have been your twin all these years, and how I respect you for the great family man, husband, father, grandfather, contributor at BYU, contributor to your ward and your state, and serving your mission in Korea. But also I wanted to take a minute and highlight the great time I think we've had together in the scouting program, going clear back to when we were with Jim Hacking as young guys, and the good times we had there. But you've been really loyal to this great program over the years, helped to lead these young men over the years, and done so many good things in the program. And you and I have been able to do a lot of that together, which has been really great for me. We've camped a lot together and been involved in a lot of things. And you've been highly recognized by the scouting program, the Utah National Parks Council, with the Outstanding Eagle Award that you got, the Silver Beaver Award that you got. And so that's been really great. Thanks for being my brother. Happy birthday.
Hey, Uncle Alan. Hope you're having a good birthday. Man, you're getting old. 57. Man, that makes me older. You better slow down a little bit. Anyway, I think I'm supposed to give a memory or something. Well, I remember when we were in Idaho Falls and you got that rock dropped on your toe and it made your toenail all black and blue, and how sorry I felt for you. And I think that was my first experience, I think, with with feeling so bad for somebody that got hurt. And anyway, I really felt terrible for you, and that is still a pretty vivid memory. A lot of the things we did as kids, we weren't really involved in together too much, unless it was building something or helping Dad with certain things. But I've always respected you, and I think you're a great guy, and I'm glad to be your brother. And you're a good example to me and everybody else I know. And, I sure love you. Hope you have a great birthday and many more to come. Anyway, love you. Happy birthday.
On? Okay, the most wonderful surprise I had was that when Mark was born, I thought I was all through. And then the doctor said, there's another baby in there. And you came out. And I was so excited. I couldn't sleep all night, all the next day. I've always been so happy that you came along too.
Awesome.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. Everything's going my way. Woo! Good morning.
Now the other one.
Oh, go ahead.
You know
I don't
it.
know that one.
Good morning, Mary Sunshine, and how are you today? You chase away the shadows and brighten up the way.
I don't know that one. That was awesome.
Well, I could go on for hours and hours of things that I'm grateful for you, and I can't because I don't want to sit down and watch a video for hours and hours of me talking. So I'm just gonna focus on thanking you for the last couple years of experiences that you've provided for me. And I'll just always have super good memories of me and you and Wyatt going up to the cabin last summer and stacking firewood and shoveling gravel and going to Ephraim and just all having a good time together, and especially with scouting too. And that you have brought me so far in that area, and that you recruited me to the Order of the Arrow, and that we could have that to do together. And I love talking about cars with you, and just 20 minutes ago me and you were talking about your old Cadillacs and looking pictures of the same ones. And just so grateful for the example that you are, and I'm so impressed with how much respect you show Mom and Amber and Grandma and your sisters, and I'm just grateful to have you. Happy birthday.
So, let's talk about Dad. Let me first start off by saying I love him so much. And just because he's my dad, or any family member for that matter, doesn't mean I have to love him. But I do. A lot. And I respect him a lot. And I love the way he shows love. He's very quiet and subtle about it most of the time. There are times where he just wants to go to dinner with his family, just to be with them, or like whenever we'd go on like family trips or really anything. But the way that I've noticed it the most is how hard he works and how often that is, which is all the time. Whether it be here at the house or at someone else's house or the cabin or even just his normal work, he's always working and always helping other people. And it's just amazing. And I try to be like him, especially in the way that when he's accomplished something amazing, he doesn't announce it to the world. He never gloats or anything like that, and he's always just very humble about it. And I try to be that way. And another thing, just a fun little memory that I have with my dad, is we would get the Sunday papers and they would have the comics in them, and we both loved them. He got to read them first, and then I got to read them second. He always gave me just the first page because I didn't find the other one funny, and he remembered that. And sometimes I would be in my room or gone, and so he would just leave them at my door. So when I came back or was leaving my room, I would see it there and I would just smile, because I would just think to myself, like, my dad thought of me. And I love that. And I love him. And I want him to have a happy birthday. I love you.
Wow.
Child of God, He has sent me here, has given me an earthly home with parents kind and dear. Lead me, walk beside me, help me find a word.
Teach
Me all that I must do to live with Him someday.
All right. That was awesome. That was so good.
So pretty. Who taught you that song? Mommy and Daddy? Yeah. That was beautiful.
What is that from?
Hey, Avery, who gave you this tramp?
Papa Allen.
Does Papa Allen like to jump on this tramp with you?
Yeah. And it did. Gosh. Dad, can you jump with me now?
Sure. My dad is a man of good reputation. And when people think of my dad, they probably think that he's thrifty, or he's diligent, or maybe they think he's a man with uncompromising integrity. Well, this is all true. And as I have grown up closely with my father, and as I have seen how the world works, and how industries work, and how people communicate, these three attributes have stood out to me more and more, and how he has mastered these things is really commendable. An example of being thrifty. Dad didn't buy a pickup truck until he was 55 years old. He could have justified buying a pickup truck when he was a teenager, landscaping other people's lawns, or when he was a scout leader. And since he's been in the young men's since his early marriage, maybe even before, or when we were building the cabin down in Mount Pleasant and transporting materials on a weekly basis. Why buy a truck when a minivan will do the job? There's something that Preach My Gospel says about my dad in the section under diligence. It says, he is steady, consistent, earnest, and energetic in doing the Lord's work. I was my dad's little buddy, his little companion, when we did the home teaching program. But he was a real minister. My dad was energetic and consistent and steady in all of his callings. He always has been, and he still is. I hope that that's one attribute that I'll take from my dad. Being diligent in doing the Lord's work and in being a provider. I strive for that attribute. So thanks, Dad, for setting that example. Uncompromisable integrity isn't very common in the world today, especially in business. I can just picture those at the Harold B. Lee Library praying over and discussing over and hiring and looking and thinking, who should we hire to fill the role of controller? And the Lord inspiring and saying, how about Alan? I've got Alan. I think of the ward leaders, the bishopric or the stake, whoever it was that was praying over and thinking, who should be the ward clerk and handle all the finances and make sure things are going through and looking straight and organized. And the Lord saying, how about Alan? I've got Alan. He can do it. Or being the quartermaster for Woodbadge, or the stake auditor for the Orem stake, for the Orem Orchard stake. The Lord says, how about Alan? I picture a young woman who is suffering from health and sickness, and she's praying to know, who should I marry? And the Lord says, how about Alan? This is a man
with uncompromisable integrity and loyalty. These are just a few of the roles that require such an attribute. And what a better man to fill these roles than my dad. So thanks for setting that example, Dad. Thanks for everything you do. Go ahead.
Hi, Papa Allen. I love you. I wish you could go to my house.
Did I tell you a story about Papa Allen today?
Yeah.
Avery got into the diaper bag and she got a hold of a little bottle of the probiotic little medicine things. Homeopathic, yeah.
And I put it in your hand.
And you put it in my hand.
Yeah.
That was a good choice. And then I told Avery a story about when Papa Allen was a little boy. And what did he do when he was a little boy?
He was under the table.
And what did he eat?
Medicine.
And what happened to him?
He got sick. And his mommy told him not to.
And then what did they do to fix the problem?
His mommy reached in his tummy and he did it.
They went to the doctor, and what did they put in his mouth?
A vacuum, and he cried. And that was sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Papa Allen, don't climb under table.
Hello, my name is Emily Arnoldson. Happy birthday, Dad. The first thing I want to say is, after we had the idea to do a video like this for Mom for her birthday, I thought, man, we've got to do it for Dad while his parents are still alive. Because this was before Grandpa had passed in January, and I'm sorry that I didn't get on it quicker. I had that thought, and I didn't jump on it. And once Grandpa passed, I regretted it so much that I couldn't get him recorded saying stuff to you and about you. So sorry about that. But it did make me think, though, how proud he was of you and how much he loved you. There were a few times where it was just me and Grandpa together, when I would go over when Grandma had just had her fall. I was pregnant with little Evie. Grandma was sleeping in the back room after we'd helped her for a bit, and she was napping again, and Grandpa and I were in the kitchen sitting down and talking, and I'd kind of get him going, asking him about some stories, and he always told me a couple of the same ones. And they were usually about Carl and about you. And he was so proud that you were such a good manager at the gas stations, and that he was so proud that other people wanted him. They wanted him to work for you or something like that. And he was like, Alan just did the best job. People would just tell me he was the best. And he just loved you and was so proud of you. And I heard it from him and felt it from him, and he would get emotional about it sometimes, and it was really sweet. So I'm sorry that I didn't get him recorded for this specifically, but I thought about it. I know that he does just love you so much. All right. A couple things I was thinking of for you. A couple special memories that I have are, I told you about this one a little bit ago, but I was just remembering, poor Dad, you had the most sensitive family ever. All of us are so sensitive and emotional, and you had to deal with us. I'm sorry. But I remember this one time, and I think it was after scout camp and how awful that was that last year, and I was just kind of broken, and I was eating guacamole like every day. And later we found out that avocados actually help fix your adrenal glands, and so maybe my body was craving that for a reason, because I was my adrenal glands were shot from the adrenaline rushes I'd had. But anyways, I was laying in bed one time, not feeling great, and you came into my room with a fresh bowl of guacamole that you made just for us to share. And you didn't even bring it in and say, here, I made this for you, which even that would have been nice, and left. You said, can I share some guacamole with you? I said, I love that. And so you just sat with me and we ate guacamole together and just talked for a little bit. And it was so nice and special. I've told Sean before too, like, I just remember driving to the cabin with you, I don't know where else we really drove, but I just remember multiple times being in the car with you and just talking your ear off. And you would just, yeah, and just let me keep going and going. And it was so nice just to be able to talk to you. I've always appreciated that you have so many of the answers that I need answered, that I have questions to. You can give me such good advice, and I've always appreciated that in you, and now in Sean. I think Sean has a lot of great qualities that I've always admired and appreciated in you, and I'm really grateful that Sean has some of those things, being able to give me really good advice, knows a lot about what's going on in politics and in the world and news, and can fix anything in the house. I love it. It's so nice that I had that here and now in my own home. Sorry, this is getting so long, but I just could talk about how much I love my dad all the time. But I have been so grateful for the different roles that my parents have played in my life, and for the good examples. Can you hear Rachie laughing in the background? Oh, now she stops. But for the different roles you guys have played. Mom was such a good, you guys just, it was the family proclamation to the world in action in our home, because Mom was such a good nurturer, so good to stay home with us and take such good care of us, show us so much love and attention. And Dad did those things too, but you weren't home all day because you were out providing for us, and you provided such a good life for us. And I always felt safe with you. I always felt like if Dad's with us, we're fine in like any situation, because he's brave and strong and smart, and we'll be just fine. Sorry, I could go on and on and on. I have so many more things written down, but I love you so much, Dad. I'm so grateful for our talks, and I'm grateful for your health, that you have taken your health into your hands and gotten more healthy with your way of eating and being more active, and I'm really grateful for that example. I love you so much. Happy birthday.
Rachel Rosie, what do you love about Grandpa? You love to eat mics? Do you love it when he pulls your thumb out of your mouth? I don't think so. Richie, can you suck your thumb for Grandpa? You just want this. Can you suck your thumb? No. Maybe we should end it. You're silly. You should just like edit some of those parts. Whoa! I'm not actually sure what more to say for him. Oh, you don't want me to suck it? Only Rachie can suck thumbs. Hey. Oh. Rachie. Rachie. Rachie, say.
Alright, back up a little bit. Evie, who do you see? Say hi. Happy birthday, Grandpa. Okay, I just wanted to share one memory that I have of Evie with Dad. It was right after Rachel was born, and Mom and Dad came to see the girls, right? And Dad was holding Evie just in his arms like this and just looking at her. Right now she's hitting my face, but to you, she just put her hand on your cheek and just stared at you, smiling so sweetly for like at least 10 seconds or something. And it was the sweetest thing, and she just looked at you like, I love my grandpa. I just love you, Grandpa Allen. That's our memory, huh? Love you. Happy birthday. Are you gonna high five? Yay! Yeah, you're so cute.
Hey Alan, hope you have a happy birthday. Just wanted to let you know that I love you, and I'm really grateful for the man that you are. Just really good example of a good priesthood holder and what a man of God should be. I really admire how you're just a great provider. You care so much about your kids, and you've raised such a good family, and just so many things that I admire about you, and I'm grateful for how much you've helped me personally and helped Emily and the girls, and all that you do for us all the time, all the Sunday dinners that you're always in there making mostly by yourself and cleaning up afterwards, and always doing things to help your family. I just really admire that about you, and definitely someone I look up to on how to be a good father and a good husband. And love you. Hope you have a happy birthday.
Oh man, I can't believe it's your birthday. I just wanted to say thanks for everything, Dad. Thanks for this. It's always so fun to do these puzzles with you. Thank you for encouraging me every time I do something, even if it's little, you know, like I slept a little better last night, or I went on a walk, or I drew in my sketchbook. Like all those little things, you cheer me on with all the little victories. Thank you for helping last summer. It must have been really confusing and hard for you to learn about and deal with and everything. There are several times I remember through that just how like willing you were to listen to me try to explain what it felt like to be in that like pit and just how helpful you are and how kind you are, even though I'm going through some stuff and everything. Thank you for taking care of us. Thank you for taking so many things upon yourself and making it so that all of us get to have this beautiful house and the lovely tree house in the backyard that you and Avery get to share. And just thank you for everything. I try to be really good with words, but sometimes I can't come up with the right ones. But I sure love you, Dad. And I'm so grateful that you're my dad and that I get to spend time with you and that we have all those special memories at BYU and for all you do for me and for everybody. Happy, happy, happy birthday. And here we're going to learn it in Welsh too. Hapus Nadolig. Love you.
Alan, happy birthday. You know, when I first moved to Utah, I met a family. I met some friends, and they ended up being family. Kirsten, Tana, Alan, and they were my best friends. And Alan was the executive secretary and called me in when I got called to be the Relief Society president. And then when Tim got married, he got put in as Elders Quorum president. And we had some fun bishopric meetings and activities together. And you all have heard about the Beauty and the Beast lip sync thing that we did. But I was a little older. I was about 30 by then, and I really wanted to be careful and wanted to marry someone that that I could look up to and really live with through eternity and raise a family with. So I watched how he treated his family, and we often had Gretchen with us. He would play with Eric and Julie's little girls that lived at their house right then, and Jeremy, and he was good to his family. And he loved his parents, and he always spoke so well of his mother. And Kirsten and Tana loved him. And as our relationship grew, I realized how smart and what a deep testimony he was. And it was fun going to see him in his office at BYU because he worked there as a student. And once in a while, not very often, he'd pop into where I worked at House of Fabrics, and my heart would just go pitter-patter. It was so fun to see him walking in there, and one of the ladies working with me said, "Oh, he has very nice features. You would have beautiful children." I was so embarrassed, but it's true. They turned out great. But I fell deeply in love with him, and I am much more in love with him now. Getting married in the Salt Lake Temple, having President Hunter seal us, was just beautiful. And having so much family there. And through the years, we have grown even closer. We have gotten to know each other better, and we've been blessed with precious people for children and grandchildren. I love the life we have, Alan, and I'm so grateful for your loyalty, your goodness, your kindness, and your honor. You live up to the Scout values, and you're a true patriot, and you honor your priesthood, your Melchizedek priesthood, and I'm so grateful for that. And I love you so much. Happy birthday. I also want to make special mention of some of the kind things that Alan's done. He, the night that we got engaged, he got out to try to find a pine cone where we were up there at Bridal Veil Falls because he knew I collect pine cones. And it was so sweet looking at him out there and thinking, that's my future husband. And come to find out, they're pine coneless trees. But he also has done so many kind things. We went to Disneyland on our honeymoon, and Tijuana, and we had fun, and it was such a fun trip. And we went to the Las Vegas Temple on our way home on our 1 week anniversary, and just a lot of fun things. And then when about 2000 or 2001, we took the kids to Disneyland, and that was really fun. And we've kind of tried to do that every other year while they were growing up. And of course, there's been gaps, and once he had to go down for another reason, so we had 2 years together. And it's just been, to me, kind of like going home to a place where I lived for a while, and my grandparents lived for a while, and I touched base growing up because I lived in so many places. And then he's taken me to my other home, and that was Hawaii. And we've had some really great memories there, and I know it doesn't mean as much to him as it does to me, but I'm just home there. I sleep great there. I'm so happy there. And it's just so great. We even got to go to Japan together with my family, and all those things have been so fun. But the things that have meant the most are like on Preston's wedding day when I couldn't hold my head up and he held my chin so that I could see people, and how he wheels me around places, how he's done so much to help me try to get through these difficult health times, and we never would have dreamed it would come and go and be this long. But he is so loyal and is always there, and we still pray every night for a better outcome, that I can get healthier, and it just means so much to me. And then the other thing is the way he has helped and served Davy. My dear brother was born when I was 17 and a half, and Davy's needed special care all these years. And I used to judge people that I dated kind of by how they treated Davy. And he was always kind to him, and he has continued to be. And when things have gotten rough, Alan can just go with the flow and just be there for him and help in so many ways. And I appreciate it more than I can say. And he's taken us to Boise to see our family there, Grandma Schaefer and the aunts, and really tied together my life that was spent all over the place with him and with our kids, and being in Hagerman and seeing where Mom and Dad were buried and helping so much with their burials and everything that went with it. I couldn't have stood it otherwise. I will forever be grateful for the ways he has stepped up, the unique ways he has done kind things to help us and me and our family. I think everybody on my side of the family is in love with Alan. Of course. Can't blame him. I love you, Alan.
Happy 57th birthday, Alan, aka Mario. You've been a great friend to a lot of people over your life, and especially to me over the last 38 years. I don't know where all the years have gone, but we've had some good times along the way. And we've been there for some of the big moments in each other's lives. And as our hair has thinned and grayed, we at least have been able to continue that friendship. Thank you for our friendship and for including me in your family. It's been a great privilege. And thank you for listening to all my musings and stories over the years. Have a great birthday. I don't know if this counts as your present or whether I still need to buy you lunch, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a wonderful feeling. Everything's going my way. Everything's going my way. Woo! Good morning.
Now the other one.
Oh, go ahead.
You know
I don't
it.
know that one.
Good morning, merry sunshine, and how are you today? You chase away the shadows and brighten up the way.
I don't know that one. That was awesome. Say hi, Mom.
Oh, I say hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Bye.